You didn't call me. I couldn't call you. No, I want to go over very special your birthday and the church synchronicity. Okay, I did the videos in Zoom to send it to you personally. There's some things though that I wanted to change, so that's the delay. Jesse, would love to hear from you, Miss Pisces. And also Carlos. Carlos called me. I know I fell asleep. I was so tired. To do the follow-up. We still have 1 hour to complete on the birth chart. Audrey also called me as well. And Kara also called me as well. Kara from, not the Taurian, but the Pisces. Okay? Anenka, how are you? I haven't heard from you, even though we're good. I'm just still checking on you. Anita and also Giovanni. I hope you're doing well. Okay, praying for you. I may not talk to you immediately, but the contract is for a year, and I still know your business, what you're doing, what you're going through, who wants to get in your way, and how I'm gonna stop it. Your life should be changing for the better, for the positive. You should be hearing and feeling it. That's why I'm checking up on you guys. Okay, that's all part of the service. You just don't pay one fee and that's it. I track you, monitor you, supervise what you're doing for an entire year. I do this here and in the astral realms. You know that because some of you have already encountered me in these realms. There's one girl today, pop. And by me, because she always calls me Pop, but I'm not going to tell her name out there. And I went into her dream state. Hello, Papa, what are you doing here? Hello? I'm seeing who's in here who shouldn't be here. That's what you're paying for. I'm here looking at. And she was started smiling and laughing. Of course, she woke up and didn't remember. But I remember. And eventually, she did felt the familiarity, even though she didn't know who it was, because I hid from her aura. We're gonna do the collective read a little differently this time, because everything, you have a little nice, little fireball dream. Oh, the weather is so nice. It's beautiful. Yesterday I was dealing with the school. When I deal with the school, I don't look like this. I put on a dress shirt and a tie, very professional. And I was so tired because some of the students want independent correspondence. We offer that as well, where you can go at your own pace, taking the classes. But I also have it whereas you log in and I'm teaching and there are other students from other parts of the world tuning in to Zoom. That's the platform that I use. So, but some prefer to do it on their own pace because they work, and I do run a regular curriculum that it's 5 days a week for 2.5 hours, and it's very rigorous. And people who are working might not have the time, and even if they did, they might not be able to handle the homework load that I give them. But it's 3 years in one. So it's a lot and very intense. Some people can't go at that pace. So I have to create a subsidiary course in which they can do it on their own. And I give them the tests. I give them a prelude to the test so they can study. And then I give them the test online. And then, of course, if they pass, it's good. If they don't, like a college or a university, they'll have to repeat it. Right? I'm not too rigidly traditional that way. My goal is for you to learn and absorb the material, and that has to have its own gestation time. Not everybody's in the same level of education, and or even the rate of learning. So I have to design the course to take that into consideration. Right? The header talks about the backstory. Because if I do a collective read, it's gonna be the same every time, especially if I do them daily. Things don't change like that. And I don't understand, even myself as a priest, how God manipulates time. Because time doesn't exist in those realms. It only exists here. So there's no way to predict something that is being done right now. Could have been yesterday in Earth time, or it could be tomorrow. There's no present, past, or future in space in these realms. It's all happening at the moment in time. That's why when The Secret came out and was saying that, don't say I'm gonna be rich or I'm gonna get me a car. You have to say I'm already rich and I already have the car. The color, the model, I have that. You cannot wish to have it. You have to think like you already have it. And that is what will manifest. But it's quite an exercise. You have to learn to discipline the mind and develop your belief and not waver from it. That's the mystery behind my success, both spiritually and financially. I don't claim to be poor. I don't claim to be broke. I'm always wealthy, full of abundance, both spiritually and materially. And I believe this. And because I believe it, I get it. That's the secret. You can't have a lot of karmic debt to you, and you have to function at a low vibration, and you have to function at a high vibration. Because if you're not functioning at a high vibration, and you don't love yourself and take care of yourself, and if you have accumulated too much karma, this will not work for you. That has to be done with and fixed first. And that is what it's meant when people have to do shadow work. You have to do the shadow work and then get a pass. And then these wonderful gifts of the spirit shall be granted to you. But it won't happen until that's balanced out. Okay? So if many of you have tried to do this and it doesn't work, it's because you still have to do shadow work. You still have to balance karma of what you've done in this life as well as the last one. Loving yourself, giving the love of yourself to others. Jesus says, love others like you love you. That will abate and disannul any karma. It's all love. Love is the secret in balancing out evil. We're never going to get rid of evil, because without evil, you don't have any good. That's part of the polarity. But you have to come to terms with your evil and your own good. Okay? That's the secret. And that's also the mystery behind my wealth. What does my motto say in my website, The People's Astrology? Money is not power. Knowledge is not power. Belief is everything. Belief is power. This is Pisces, the 12th house, the high priestess in tarot. Beyond these principles, you hit the source of God yourself. Huh? Hey. Alhamdulillah. Amun-Ra. That's the name I choose for him, but he comes in many, many, many names. Okay? And we're entering the Leo, the Aquarian age, which will express itself in the polarity point of Leo. Again, given reference to Ra, the sun god. Okay? So we are going to come back to the old monarch, but in a different way. That's going to be another video. So the backstory here with these apps might give light as to why they are doing what they're doing, how damaged they are. Very damaged. In my own personal situation with the upside down empress, you know who I'm talking about, in Florida, I know her personal story. And it's terrible, it's ugly. And this person has not healed from that. I wants to inflict that kind of bitterness and pain and destruction towards others. I also know my partner, the Scorpio in New York, and his story. Very tragic. Very tragic. And of course, I have my own story. But what made me not become like them? My own twin brother is also was born to go through this dark karmic path. Not me. But as an earth angel and an immortal, my job is to heal these people who can be equally great to me and higher if they were functioning from a healed self. Okay? Starting out with the Queen of Wands in the reverse, which is the Taurus negative Empress energy. Rape by father, brother, gang rape. And then this created a twisted distortion of energy in which she slept with her own son. Incest, which is why it was coming out years earlier in this read. There's a lot of demonic, and then there's the demonic aspect of the bloodline, which is extremely demonic and very dark. And it's been like this with this Queen of Wands in the reverse for centuries down the bloodline. It is a corrupt bloodline. I personally call it the Canaanite bloodline because she is a descendant of the children of Canaan and Babylonian, the Chaldeans. Samson and Delilah, the story in the Bible, is a Babylonian story. And these are very corrupt individuals, no different than the Egyptians were, who slept with each other and inbreeded to preserve royal bloodline. People in the early phases of humanity didn't get this right. And we are dealing with those descendants today. It's deep. It's really deep. We have also the situation of the family. And that also separate, but it parallels a cursed bloodline. Using myself as an example. Yes, I come from a family of great material wealth. I'm connected to the country's energy. My great-great-grandfather wrote the national anthem for the Dominican Republic. So yes, I am royal and I am connected to the royal class. But these are highly demonic institutions where there's intrigue, murder in my family, and mafia activity, vendetta activity. It comes with great wealth and a great or royal bloodline. Okay? Everything has a price. Everything has a price. So this explains why I'm going through what I'm going through as someone with royal blood, and many of you collective are going through the same thing, the very same thing. And many of you don't want to, and I'm talking to my collective now, many of you don't want to accept that you have and come from royal lineage, right? Because it does require great responsibility, and we're not living with great palaces and servants like it was defined many timelines ago. That doesn't take away from your royal blood. You will always be royal, whether you're eating in a palace or you're eating in a hut. And if you're in a hut, there's a reason for that. But it doesn't take away the essence of who you are. There are people in your bloodline that know this about you. Because to have one royal blood person in the family can be a blessing to the bloodline, but it can be also a great curse and liability for he who carries or she royal blood. And understand that in itself, that royal blood becomes quite valuable and suitable for satanic worshippers which perform human sacrifices. They feel that if they can sacrifice royal blood, they can gain wealth, power, and everything unimaginable. And that may be true, but the universe will not allow this to happen. Because those who are earth angels are also immortal. They cannot be killed, murdered. And if you even try, because you won't succeed, but just trying is enough to destroy you and curse your bloodline. Understand how serious this is. And this type of adversity thrown against that collective by very powerful witches and sorcerers and high priestesses in the reverse is there to awaken that in you so you can join the fight. It is a spiritual warfare, for sure, that is reflecting itself here on the earth. Okay? So understanding that hopefully will give you an understanding as to the hate, the pain that has not been healed. And this can come from many generations before the current ops, which is why they it's almost like soul sickness, empty souls, and the trauma of being in the earth's life has completely consumed them, but only because they've made a choice to allow that to consume them. Look at me and everything I've been through and still going through, and I refuse to concede to it, because that's the whole point. So for many of you who feel that you don't have the strength, look at me and I will be your example of great strength, because I am not going to succumb to anything less than royal. And it will awaken that in you and will give you a sense of pride and a sense of purpose. But understand that this could not have happened without you having gone through this horrific experience. Right? This is my collective reading. It's not long, and I hope it sinks in and that you understand that. Okay, we're gonna end here.